Shalom, and welcome to today's episode of Living Chronicles. I am Sister Racayah, a.k.a. your Forever Librarian, and today we are blessed to have in the studio Ahk Shaltiel. Okay, so as always, we will start with reading Ahk Shaltiel's bio. His name is Shaltiel Eliyahu. His name means I asked Yah. Mm-hmm. He is a man of valor. He was born in 1985, same year as my babe, Afran, his classmate. He's 39 years old. Now he has down here, he has 1.5 children. Would you care to explain that?
Everybody asks me, I tell everybody that, they be like, 1.5 children has that. Yeah, I get them a moment and then they figure it out themselves. Like,
your wife's in conception, obviously.
Yeah, so they figure out by themselves.
Yeah, I figured as much. Okay. How old's the baby? The daughter you have now?
She's 3 years old, just made 3 last week.
Last week, she just made 3.
Yep.
And so you got, when's the next one due?
The next
baby?
10th October.
In October? Mm-hmm. Oh, soon. Like, soon. What, 2 months?
Yeah, we there.
You already know what you're having?
A girl.
Another girl? Mm-hmm. Okay, all right.
I'm excited. It's nice.
You excited? Mm-hmm. Hallelujah. So how is fatherhood? First of all, welcome to parenthood.
Oh, it's nice. when my daughter made 1 year old, I feel like I need to celebrate for myself.
Why was that?
I'm saying from her, like being like, an infant all the way to 1, it was just such a challenge. Waking up at night and doing, just trying to protect her from not falling and all these small little things.
That you had no idea.
No idea of, you understand? Dropping her.
Who dropped her?
Not me, somebody close to me. But anyway, just trying to get used to the fatherhood and its initial stages and everything.
Right.
So when she turned 1, I'm like, I need to be celebrated. Yeah, the daughter can hold up to the side. I done the work. So,
Hallelujah.
It's nice.
Once you become a parent, life is never the same.
Man.
Never. Even when they get grown,
who told me that? I think it was Dora Ahovatia. And she was like, oh, Shaltiel, you ain't never gonna get no sleep now. I'm like, but of course I'm gonna get some sleep. She young, she little, she a baby and everything, I understand. But she now getting 2 and 3, and I'm like, I'm still not getting no sleep. Hold up, you gotta get up to go to the bathroom. Mm-hmm. And
is she a daddy's girl? She love Abba?
Yeah, because I love her, I guess. I hope,
Some girls are just daddy girls. They're all up underneath Abba all the time. You know, I was a daddy's girl. My Abba was.
Yeah, she don't play. If my wife talk loud to me, she be like, "Hey, be quiet now." Or my
And you
wife,
can't talk to Abba like that.
yeah, my wife play around and hit me. She'd be like, "Hey, hey, don't hit us, don't do that."
She's a daddy's girl.
so,
You got you
yeah.
one. Okay, so some of the things that Shaltiel has done, he was a consultant, was or still is a consultant on the community
Still
housing
is.
board.
We
Okay,
just
so
had a meeting.
okay, still he's a consultant on the community housing board. He's going to share with us about that. He's worked with developed the whole plan project with the Life Force Committee. That's still something that's ongoing as well.
That's still ongoing. Yes.
Okay, so he'll talk about that. He is a graduate of Beit Sefer Achva, and he is also a civil engineer.
Yep. That's what.
So we're going to talk about all of that during your interview. Again, welcome to Living Chronicles.
Thank you. I'm excited. Like I said, I'm a fan of the podcast.
Toda.
I watch all of them because, like I said, I have a lot of time on the road, so I have time to
listen to
listen and have time and not get into all the stories and the way they present it and the way you put, encourage and inspire people to just be themselves and talk and everything.
This is a
it's
family
very nice.
conversation. We just sitting down
And just
chatting.
it's amazing that you're giving people the opportunity to document they story, their journey. It means a lot. I can see it and I can feel it as they express themselves. So, just want to say Toda, not for myself, but for a lot of people and everything. Whether they tells you in person or not, I'm sure it's very appreciative.
Toda. I appreciate that. That means a lot. This is not something that I'm doing for me. It is a passion project. It's a project done out of love. This is for my people.
I see.
I see. And it's not even something that I initially, I think that I know everything that we do in life, we are guided and directed, by spirit to do.
And that's the beauty of it. You can see it as it's being presented episode to episode. You can see that it's something, and that's the love is you giving to others, you giving to people, and it's,
All right, enough. You're going to make me cry.
Yeah.
So, I forgot. We got to put this in here and we're going to talk about this definitely. He is also an author. Look, y'all. Lead Yourself. The purpose of law is to form the desired reality. So we're definitely going to talk about this during the interview. Okay, so let's get started. And we'll start with, share some of the memories from your childhood. Growing up, school, friends, parents, siblings, teenage years.
Wow. Some of the memories from my childhood.
Now you ain't that old, so you ought to remember.
Yeah. So that was just yesterday. I think, but just thinking, just a general, from what I remember.
You grew up in a rod.
I grew up in the rod.
Okay.
Yes, I grew up in the rod. We was always sheltered. We felt privileged in the sense of we was privileged, meaning we was separated in a good way from the general public.
Okay, from the Israeli general public.
So we had our own schools. We interacted with each other and everything. We had a bunch of children. We, we done everything that children done. Done
play games,
fuss, fight, take fallen fruits from the neighbor's yard, the grapes, and we used to jump inside the shopping cart and throw each other down.
Ride each other down the hill.
Yeah, I probably have some vague memories where we used to, pick food from the ox pile and everything. The same type of memories that I hear other people share on here. We had some of the same memories, but for me, it was, it was good memories. It wasn't good or bad. We was all in the same boat.
Yeah. Yeah. And you have a large family. How many siblings do you have?
We have 15 siblings. And that's when people ask me how many siblings I have, I said 15 siblings. That's what I know.
Ask you what?
That's the ones that I know.
Oh, okay. So which ones do you know?
Yeah. So we have, 15 siblings, 6 daughters, 7 sons.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the mix. That's the ratio.
Okay. All right.
And yeah, we what I want to say.
So when you were small, living in a rod, when you all were younger, did you all stay in a rod for school, like for the Gan? At what point did you all start coming down for Akva?
I remember clearly that it was Kita Gimel, the third grade,
Okay.
when it was 1999, I think.
Uh-huh.
When we first came to school, it was 1999. And I remember, yeah, I remember clearly. That's something I do remember. We all stand in the King's Court, and we was lined up with
Uniform.
our uniforms and everything. And it's like they were just based on what they felt. It wasn't like no clear credentials of you in this class or that class. It was like
Really?
it was like the grade and everything. But because there was a lot of us, they dispersed into two and everything, and that was Gimel Achad, Gimel Stein.
Right. Okay.
And I remember from that day, your son.
Really?
Yeah, because he was one of I think he was the shortest one, maybe.
Really?
If so, yeah, he was short and he was very
He's
light
tall
skinned.
now, hallelujah.
He was so light skinned,
So-
right there and everything. I remember him. I remember very clearly and everything.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, it was a interesting. Yeah, so it was interesting.
Okay, so you matriculated, went through Beit Sefer Akba. Who were some of your favorite teachers, some of your favorite subjects?
Okay, so can I think about teach? Can I think about it? My favorite. I don't know about favorite and everything, but some teachers that I do remember was Nasi Gavrogadol,
Okay, yes, he was teaching it Akba there.
Sardiv.
Uh-huh.
Who else was it? It was
Sorry,
Yakim.
one time.
Sorry,
Mora
Yakim.
Marnina was over there.
Mora
Mora Sipora was over there. Mora
Delia, of course.
Delia.
And I was
More Ori.
yeah, I was more so a quiet type guy, real
Right.
reserved, real just very how can I say just kind of trying to just reserve, I mean I call it just a spectator.
Yeah, you're an observer.
An observer. Yes, I was very observant
Right.
and quiet, just trying to find, who is this? I was,
You sort of mind your own business.
yeah, man, my own business, but I also was interested. I got interested into different things and everything. But all the teachers and everybody always knew, like, hey, Shaltiel, come on, that ain't you, man, relax and everything. But
And
yeah,
you had some rough guys in your class too.
yeah, we had some rough fellas, and
You
yeah,
had some rough girls in your class when I
Yeah.
think about it.
I done fought everybody in my class.
Really?
Yeah, like especially all the boys. I remember every boy I done at least fought one time. Cause even though I was quiet and everything, I always had a little fight in me. Like I was a quiet
You
guy.
were quiet, but you wasn't no pushover.
Another, I was an easy target, like cause I had a quiet and a real
Right.
calm demeanor to me, so it invited bullies.
The bullies, yeah.
But I was always a fighter. I'd run on the ground for everybody. But yeah, school was. I mean, general school was. It was good. Of course, we had crushes on all the girls because
Right.
we got a bunch of pretty girls in the community.
Right.
So that was just that's just one of the interesting parts of growing up. In the
Right.
community and growing up in general. You had your crushes, you had your friends, but I was always a person that, regardless of the different things that I wasn't so familiar with or wasn't, aware of, I always able to see the positive of everything. So it's like I lived in a world. I was spacey, but spacey in the fantasy of life. I can always find joy from somewhere. So
Right.
no matter what of the heartbreaks or the bullying, not bullying, I ain't gonna say bullying, but
the challenges or the situations that life throws at you.
fights I had to have and everything, just regardless of that, I know how to find happy everywhere and wherever I'm at, whatever situation, everything. I know how to jump back up and just.
What do you attribute that to? What do you think caused you to be that way? Was it something that your parents did, you were learning at home, or that's just you?
Maybe my I contribute that also to the doctrine of the community, because we had a
Okay.
very kind of the idea of the community was so wholesome, was so positive.
And that's what you
And
gravitated to, the
I can
wholesome and the
always
positive, not
kind
the
of,
other side
yeah,
of
and I can
things.
always kind of gravitate and everything, because I knew the happenings of life, but I always knew our parents always talked positive to us, whether it was our teachers, our parents, or it was everybody. It was
Right.
always, do good, be nice, you the greatest, all this certain things. So regardless of the logistics of how things were and the person interactions that wasn't the best, our parents always had a persona that everything was perfect.
Okay.
So always spaced on that, and that
Okay.
allowed me to zone out and always see the positive
Right.
of being everything. I feel that I have the ability to always just jump on that wave
Right.
instead
And
of
it's always a
other
choice.
waves. Yeah.
You can choose to go with the positive, or you can choose to live in the areas that are not as positive.
And I only when I got of age, like maybe 25, early 30s, I start consciously making the choice. But before that, it was more so just spacing out to the positivity that was fed through the community members, the parents and everything.
Okay.
Because I just felt they said, that's how they guided us.
Right.
That's how they told us. You don't supposed to clown. You're supposed to be okay. You're supposed to this. You're supposed to do this. And that's, in other words, I was real orderly in the sense of this is supposed to do, and I believed, and I really believed in in the positivity and what our parents said to do. Don't do that. Do this.
Right.
Read the books.
Right.
The
You were
persona,
obedient. You
obedient,
grasped
and
what
I
you were
believed
given.
in it because it was easier for me. I was naturally a good person,
Mm-hmm.
so everything that they was communicating with me, it was resonating to the goodness in me anyway.
Right.
So it was more so not just it was also believing, but also it just felt right. You understand? Like I said, like my parents say, it made sense.
Right. It made sense.
It made sense.
Yeah.
So it wasn't such a choice back then when I was a child growing up and everything, but I gravitated to that and I always held on to that.
Right.
And that always gave me comfort and energized me with self-confidence whenever I had my social struggles
Right.
as
Right.
a
Right.
young man growing up.
Right. Because we're going to have life, as they say, life is lifing. There are situations that are going to happen and do happen to all of us. So, toda rabah, toda. So, moving through life, you served in the IDF. In fact, your class was one of the first classes that went into the IDF, correct? That was in what, 2005? Something like that?
2005.
Okay. What was your IDF experience like?
Well, first, I remember they called us in the meeting. If it was in the
We were in Qatar Okel
Khedr
because I
Okhel.
remember you asked the
Yeah.
question. Yeah.
I asked the question because, again, I'm quiet and everything, but my name is Shalitiel.
To act. There you
Meaning,
go.
if I have something, I have to ask.
Uh-huh.
And I really, yeah. So, anyways, I just didn't understand it because like I was just explaining before, I totally believed in the positivity and everything that our parents told us about.
Right.
You know, no death, no
The
killing, no harm and
nonviolence, all
everything.
that. Yeah.
So it was a contradiction. I was like, what? This don't make sense. I'm like, y'all making a mistake. I really felt that at that time. I'm like, this felt like a mistake compared to everything that I was
Everything you had been
communicating.
raised
I was
on.
raised. Only now when I'm kind of a little grown, I understand different, political and strategic
Right.
things that might have to go into play to keep things in place. I probably can be a little more understanding.
But
But back then, I was still my naive, innocent, good guy type of self. And I'm like, oh, hold up. I think y'all make a mistake. But then still, we went on and went to the Army.
how were you able to navigate the Army with the feelings that you had that maybe it was a mistake, or having grown up the way that you were raised, that everybody was raised? How did you balance that with being thrown into a situation that's all about fighting, killing, violence, and how did you manage that?
My parents, I mean, yes, it was a
A contradiction.
contradiction, but I've been trusting you for so far. I'm like, what I'm gonna do now? I might as
Okay.
well,
So
what
you
am I?
just went ahead
Yeah,
and just went on through and did what you had to do.
yeah, So we just, yeah, I went on ahead and my Abba did tell me, he was like, just don't go into combat
Right.
and everything. So even though they wanted us, our unit, to go into combat, and a lot of us did. But my boss, advised me directly, don't go into combat.
Right.
So I didn't.
Okay.
And
Hallelujah. How were you able to manage with the army can you just like say, I don't want to go into combat and they'll not put you in there? Can you do that? Or maybe
yeah,
back then,
if you adamant
if
enough
you're
about
adamant,
it, you just like,
I'm not doing that.
we can't go to, I'm
Right.
not going, we can't go to the army, but I can do other stuff and everything. So we went
Right.
done our tests and everything, and they were like, okay, no problem. So they put me in a construction area.
Construction.
Yeah,
Ah, so that's where you got that
yeah,
background in construction, and then with finishing the IDF, is that when you went into university?
yeah. When I finished IDF, was that before or after? Let me see. If I'm not clear, because yeah, I think no, before the army, I think we done a course. Anyways, to kind of put a little clearer to what I'm saying, is that yes, that was my first interaction. Not, but really even before, when I was 8, because we went to the army when I was 20 years old.
Right.
Because we like, we still, when we decided to go into the army, I was already out of school.
Right.
So in
Okay.
other words, so anyways, so we all, of course, we worked in construction like our parents did when we were
Right.
17, 18,
Right.
regular. So that just seemed, so they offered that. I'm like, okay, I'll do it and everything. And after, yeah, after, but my Abba did advise me. He was like, I need, just go and learn a trade. That's what he was usually saying.
Right.
Get a trade, learn carpenter, learn something
Right.
so you can actually, be able to feed your family and everything.
Right. Right.
That's what I was saying. But I decided, okay, I want to go and pursue something go to engineering and everything.
Right. Right.
Even though it wasn't like, it didn't align with my academic scoring and everything, because I wasn't the smartest guy in school,
Okay.
but I want to do it
And you
instead,
did it.
and I did it. So I had to go.
Wait, stop. That's a high point.
Yeah.
I wasn't the smartest guy in school, but I went and I got my degree as a civil engineer.
Yeah, that is a high point for in my life experience. And I also mentioned that in my book, which we probably talk
We're going to
later.
talk about it.
But that is a high point because the initial feeling and energy that I got from my parents is that based on what we can see, you understand? It seemed like, you're okay, but in other words, go into, get you a trade and everything, just feed your
Right.
family and everything. It was
Right.
more so pushing me to do above and beyond and everything versus what I was kind of exposed to of my other siblings that was doing, stuff a little bit
Right.
bigger and everything.
Right.
So that was more so an inner belief in myself that I can do more. And that's also something that I got from the community and everything that, the power to define and, just self love. Even
Right.
I don't know who picked it up and who did not pick it up, but like I said, I took everything literally. So I really believe that, aside what you're saying, you my Abba, or you say we can do it all and everything.
And so I'm going to do it.
So regardless of my
Your
my
academics.
my academic scoring and everything, I went and I had to do math again. I had to do English again in university. I went to university and everything. They were like, you had to do almost everything again.
Oh, wow. What
And I,
university did you go to?
the technical college in Racayah.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I said, I'm gonna do it. You can ask my parents. I went to the room, closed the door, and I was beating my head and everything. And in the school, they almost wanted to kick me out because I was asking so many questions because I didn't understand.
Uh-huh.
But in my head, I was like, shoot, I'm here. I'm paying here. You
So
gonna answer
you're going
me?
to answer these
They
questions.
took me to the dean and everything. Like, this guy, he ain't let me run my class. But we from the community, we got a certain I call arrogance. You know, of course, you got
Right.
to balance and everything, but
Right,
we
right,
have
right.
a certain level of arrogance where we like, oh, I'm here. You
Right,
gotta,
right, right. You're going to do what you're
yeah,
supposed to
I'm
do.
here.
Right.
So that was one of my first experiences that gave me a sense of triumph in my life that, pushed forward to other small triumphs.
Wow. Oh, wow. I am so proud of you.
So that
I am so
true
proud of
story.
you. Wow. 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 So we're going to save the book. So in your time of being here, some of the things that you've done, you said you still work with as a consultant on the community housing board. For those who may not understand or know, talk about the community housing board a little bit, what you all do, where you're at now, what's happening.
Okay, just so happened we just had a meeting today. Right before I came here, I had a meeting with the
Oh,
community
okay.
housing board, and we in the very progressive stages. We got the permits and everything, and now we going over the logistics and the finances of how to actually get the housing built
Okay, so
on
the
site.
finance aspect needs to come from within ourselves. That's not something that someone outside is going to pay for, or will they provide some of the funds?
No, I mean you are the first point was on point.
Comes from inside.
It has to
That's
come
our
from inside. That's
responsibility.
our
Okay.
responsibility, and that's something that, from my experience, progressive stages with communicating seriously with a bank, which I already want
To back the
to
project.
back the project, and different contractors and
Okay.
things in that sort.
Do we have any of our builders that are licensed in the community that would be able to work on this project, or we would have to use outside sources? Like I know Ahk has his own business, Ahk has his own business, Ahk they deal with building and those types of things. I know that what's his name? Ahk son, Zavdiel. I know that he
Yep.
deals with
Yeah.
that kind of thing. Or will we be able to incorporate some of those, absorb some of them into this project, or will it have to all be from outside?
We okay. No, it won't have to be all from outside.
Okay.
But what it seems like it's going to be now is that we're going to have a outside contractor that's also going to back the project the
Okay.
same as the bank backing the project.
Okay.
But regarding personnel actually working on the project and everything, if the people that you mentioned are,
Available and
available
conducive to.
and skill wise and able to work with the system that will be built to execute the project, then yes, they will work.
Okay, wonderful. Is it still going to be at the location down the hill down there by Mom Sheet?
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, that's the
So it's
location.
between Mom Sheet and Shahar at this point.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
All right. Okay. So do we have an estimated goal for a start date to make all of this happen?
To be honest, the finance part of it
Has to happen
is
first.
not concluded. So it's not until that's included, we'll be able to communicate and let people know, okay, we looking at timetable of what's going on. But
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. That's good to hear. Okay. Um, the whole plan, you developed the whole plan project with the Life Force Committee. Talk to me about the whole plan project. What is that exactly?
okay, this is something that I've visualized and brought to the concern or the hearing of my Abba or different people in the community that I communicate with. and it was picked up, I think a couple of years ago.
Okay.
And we've been working on it for, you know, almost 2 to 3 years now.
Okay.
And just to give you a little quick history of it, it started from me asking questions again.
Shaltiel.
Ask questions again because I was saying it's not, I don't understand. Yes, I hear this going on, everything, but in order for me to properly try to integrate my skills and my energy into what's going on, so it can be effective, what is the plan? And I was asking. I really didn't get no clear understanding. People was always there telling me their little part, and then they're throwing to somebody else and everything. Then they just keep running. I'm like,
That's
that's
not
not
gonna
how
work.
it should be.
Right.
I'm now of age. I can, I have concerns. I want to,
Right.
how you call it? I want to attentively put energy and support. So based on that, and based on me not having an answer, I went back and said, okay, let's first put together just a general plan so anybody can be able to see, okay, this is the community in general, what's going on and everything. So I went to my advisor. He said, okay, I want you to talk to Life Force. This is the community that you can work with and everything. They were doing things in this like this and everything. So I talked to them, and we worked on it and everything. And the first thing we came up with is the whole plan poster, which is displayed right next to the Nation store.
Okay.
And it's the general layout of the political structure, and the functional structure of the community and their responsibilities. So whoever go past there, they can also see it and review and everything. So the whole plan was to have 3 main stages, which you have the whole plan poster, and then you have, that was phase 1. Phase 2, which we are now working on, is it can more go into to give you a general example because it's not kind of completed yet. But just think about a community channel or community station where you can view all the community events, updates, news broadcasts. So give people a more so a news interact a news outlet where people can be informed of what's going on, and
Right.
just more, and
Right, right.
so
It's
just
more centralized, and it's available where people have access to the information, and all information can be shared in that central location.
and things in that, and like also in that, let's say you have a community channel, but the thing is more so is to have like you have news, okay, you have weekly news, okay, this is what we've been doing. Hey, you have the Ministry of Health give you a weekly update, so
Yes.
just to kind of more so start talking, giving people clear updates of the progress of what's going on in each entity,
Right.
what's
Each
needed,
ministry.
how you communicate with person to person, everything, just talking like this,
Right.
and so and having to be in a very an open way. You don't have to go to no unique meeting or arts and everything.
Right.
It's just a like, quarterly update.
Right.
Ministry of Health, Ministry of this and everything. Also could keep people kind of galvanized in the sense of, events was going on, what's happening. So you might not go to everything, but you can get a taste of everything by having, okay, we had this playing these different events and everything, and just paying the a spotlight so that everybody can be aware of
Right.
what's going on in the community.
Wow.
That's stage 2. Yeah.
You have no idea. At least 20 years ago, I wrote a proposal for closed circuit television for the community. And then maybe 4 years ago, I wrote another proposal for building up our ministries. It's wonderful to hear that somebody younger is also doing the same things. Not I just was maybe before my time. I
I
don't
feel it's an industry, and I say this to a lot of people and everything. The change or the advancement or the enhancement of anything, it's a spirit, it's an energy. It has nothing to do with the person. Yes, it might be sitting on you for a minute and everything. You might, but it's an energy.
It's
You
absolutely.
understand?
It's
So,
absolutely.
you know,
I pick it up
Yeah.
anything that comes out from the universe. If some people say yeah, I say universe. But whenever it comes out, more than one person picks it up.
Yeah.
You know.
So I don't get discouraged, or I don't get kind of confused or miscombobulated if I don't get the social support or the social thing that I'm supposed to get or believe I should get according to my brilliant idea. I don't do that. I just be like, you know what? I'm gonna do my part and let y'all take the glory, I guess. Another thing is that I believe that maybe some realities is that if you look at a small little history, world history, because I got my history as well.
Right.
But a small little world history and everything is that some things don't always happen in 1 to 2, 3 lifetimes. There's stages to building and making certain stuff happen and everything. So it's not me trying to come over and take over the whole world. I just want to do what I can do to keep and pushing that positive or this specific trend. Now, whether I'll be able to see it in my life, see it actualize in its totality in my lifetime, I hope I do. I'm not stressing it.
Right.
But it's not about that. It's just about doing you and everything. And for me, it's also about, and if anything that brings me stress, I don't care how big is the purpose. If it's bringing me stress to the level where I feel I can't deal with it, it's not of y'all. It's not of y'all. It's not for, that's
not for you.
That's not how, like, why would you be, how can you be stressful for Yali calls? I'm kind of overly stressful. There's a level of, logistics and everything, but how can you be overly stressful for Yali calls?
Right.
Back when I was saying at the beginning, if it don't make sense, it don't make sense.
It don't make sense. It don't make sense. And it does not belong to
Makes
you.
sense, yeah.
That's not yours.
Mhm.
Okay, so we've talked about most of what is on this list so far, but before we do the trivia questions,
Lead yourself.
and you all, this is my copy. It was a gift,
Yeah.
Koda.
Yes.
And before you leave, you definitely have to sign it for me.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Anybody want one, they can contact me and I will get you.
Okay, so what is the cost for them?
At the cost, I think it's around $30.
Okay, so it's around $30. That might be about
100 and something.
10 shekels,
Yeah.
something like that.
Mhm.
Okay, so is it okay if I read from the back?
Yes, feel free.
Okay, so
Promote.
lead yourself. The purpose of law is to form the desired reality. Hi, my name is Shaltiel. I was once a typical person who lived his life according to how society suggested I should, whether through the influence of the mainstream media, government, healthcare officials, and the medical profession, my parents, community leaders, or politicians. My life experiences have allowed me to see that no matter how intelligent society might appear or might be, it can only assume what's best for me if it has a natural inability to know exactly what I'm thinking or feeling. It's that understanding which allowed me to see clearly the role society has in my life and the role I personally have in furthering my own life, which is society suggests and I decide whether to execute or not. Once I understood that, I had the power to make the final decision on all things related to my life, regardless if it results in my death. I was able to see I'm the true leader of myself, not society as I once believed. Now, regardless of how I decide to exercise the authority I have over myself, the fact that I'm aware of such authority has given me confidence, made me more responsible, more careful of harmful people, and has made my overall life experience better. Those positive experiences inspired me to develop the Lead Yourself platform to help others to see that it's them who have full authority over their lives and suggest, based on my personal experience, ways that can exercise such authority in a way which will help them to push their personal agendas as a priority over the agendas of the society, others. Well, we have a famous author in our presence. Talk to me about Lead Yourself.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Lead Yourself started as just a regular habit of me writing down different great ideas that I had on my phone. And it was like I was mentioned about the first victory that I had over school, just that whole process of me being able to do that, and also being able to kind of overcome the hypnotism of charismatic people. Because what I realize is that a lot of people be trying to people, organizations, communities be really trying to take your natural right of decision,
Control.
control. So that's something that I realized in the interesting thing is the reason I realized that is I'm naturally I take things slow. I process things in a slow manner. So for a lot of people, it become annoyed to them,
Right.
and they try to just you
Rush
understand,
and try to rush you
because
through.
I'm trying to take me a while before I understand and really understand how can I do and everything. So I've been having to fight that for a while. You understand? Fighting that urge of trying to have people rush me
Right.
or just force me to think. I'm like, hold,
Hold up.
let me take my time or and everything. So that was a whole um challenge that I had to do and everything. But anyway, so I just write different ideas of how I overcame relationship issues, which is a huge, if not the main, one of the main aspects of human life, the whole aspect of girl, female, what having might be and everything, how I'm able to get a grasp on that, how I was able to understand how to manage finances in a way where I'm not a rabbit chasing a carrot, but I'm also not, not without need of the basic things that I need.
Right.
These the things that I felt that really helped me just get a hold on life, because I know what it is not to have a hold on life. Stressful, feel you invisible, feel all these things that this is just not good
Right.
and everything. So so as I was doing that for myself as a point of reference and memory, so I won't forget, I'm like, hold on, I don't want to go back
Right.
to stress. I don't want to go back to these things and everything. So how do I document this for myself to re-inspire me or re-encourage me to, okay, jump out the hypnotism of society, of your community, whoever it might be and everything, and, go within your understanding, and seek and sync with your emotional tempo of life. And once I done, I realized, hold up, it may be other people that's living and going through some of the same things I've been going through and everything. And maybe and maybe it can be a book of inspiration, of guidance, or of just, help them the same way it helped me and everything. And it also was a form of therapy. I realized live their lives. But as life goes, sometimes you have to upgrade these principles, okay? Because sometimes they might be outdated according to the growth of the society, the growth of your spiritual, social, everything. And then sometimes you have to, at the end of the day, you want to find, because you might have these 5 principles and everything, but then you might find something that's better. So you might say, okay, principle number 5, principle number 4, you outdated. I'm bringing somebody else and everything based on what's good for you and your level of development and progress in life. So that's just that just yeah. So that allowed me to just you know personal therapy, a point of reference, and also a point of help and give to others and everything. And yeah, I'm proud. I'm proud of it. Hmm.
I mean, I'm just in awe. I'm sitting here knowing you from a child and watching you grow up, and to just hear you expound like this is just, y'all, it's fulfilling.
And that's the one thing that I can also I have also think of. I know how to inspire myself, and I do that the same. You looking at me, I look at myself the same way. I look at little Shaltiel when he was confused, hating us and everything. And I realized Shaltiel, I'm looking at two different people and everything
Right,
at all stages and everything. And I always try to. Sometimes I have to look at myself in the third person and everything. Like, okay, if you was at this point and everything, what would you encourage yourself and everything?
right.
Most likely, you will always give positive encouragement. You can do it. Don't worry about it. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Push for it and everything. And yeah, so that's something that um, I do. Even if I'm on a basketball court and everything,
You play basketball?
I like basketball.
Okay.
And yeah, so that's just something that self-encouragement is a huge part of leading oneself, because external encouragement just it can be is limited.
Right,
It's limited.
right. You have to depend on something outside of you.
And it's also not it's not you.
Yeah.
You understand? So that's also something that I've developed. Yeah, it's nice.
I'm looking forward to reading this book, absolutely. And I will definitely continue to recommend it to everyone else.
Hmm.
So now we're going to move into our little trivia section. I just try to mix them up a little bit. So anyway, just going to lay them out.
Hmm.
And you pick one of each color
Hmm.
and hand it to me. I'll read it and then we'll talk about it.
Okay, let's make this happen. Come on. We got orange. We
Okay.
got yellow. Let me get this one right here. Make it interesting. We got blue and we got green.
Green.
Okay, I'm gonna get this one right here because that one, you see. Got green. These
Okay.
my
All
select.
right. So let's see what we have here. We'll start with the orange. Orange is fill in the blank. Name of the brother that has, at this point, it's had a Beit Teva in the Maracas.
Man, Kalaya, right?
No.
A Bay Teva?
Well, we said Beit Teva. He had a store
Oh,
in the
yes.
Maracas.
The store. Ahk Benzion got a
Ahk
store.
Benzion.
Yeah.
But Ahk Benzion has closed his store, and now one of Ahk sons has opened a store down in the Shikun.
For real?
So he has like a little kiosk store.
Right in the Shikun, right by the police.
I don't know
bus
exactly
station?
where it is, but I just found out the other day that, so that's what's happening with that. So I'm gonna have to change that card.
Interesting.
Your favorite color?
My favorite color is shoot, maybe black. Don't play with me, black.
Your favorite color is black.
Maybe black and blue, I guess.
Okay.
I've been asked that question a couple of times. I don't know.
As long as the garment looks
Yeah,
nice, huh?
yeah. I don't know. Shoot, I don't know.
Okay. Were you there for Kingdom School in Holiness?
In a ride, if that counts.
Yes, it counts. That
Yeah,
counts. Okay.
yeah. I was there.
So you said you came to Akbar, y'all were in Kita Gimel. So
Kita Gimel.
Kita Aleph and Beit, the Gan Aleph and Beit, you were in.
Yeah, we
in
used to go
Iran.
Mar Tamaya, Mar Sipora.
Okay.
Yeah, we had our own little school in the ride.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about it. How much what you remember from it?
Man, what I remember about it, we was in Nasikeski our house or number 7.
Okay.
We used to all go there with our little white shirts, our little blue on, and I guess play around and stuff. I can't remember too much and everything.
Okay. But you say Murad Tamaya was one of
Mar
your
Tamaya was there, remember
Murat Sipora
clearly.
was one
Mar
of your teachers?
Sipora, who else? Yeah, that's as far. I would think I was 5, 6 years old.
Right, right. It's kind of young.
Yeah.
Okay. And the last one, your personal thoughts on what it means to you to be a Hebrew Israelite.
What it means to me to be a Hebrew Israelite. That's an interesting question. And I'm gonna tell you that because I've been thinking about that a while. Not just, just in general. And I say this to make it real, to make it simple. I say, first of all, this is what I was born into. Okay. Now, at the end of the day, me personally, all I want to do is promote good on earth. That's that's it. Whether it whatever the social group might be and everything, but I say if I'm going to use a social group, people is people. So it don't matter if I go to the moon and I find the nice people and everything. At the end of the day, they people. So you're gonna have the same things you might have wherever you go and everything. So I said I might as well just go ahead and rough it out with my dotem and dotem I've been doing my whole life and everything, because I truly believe that we have, regardless of how we execute and everything, I really believe that we have angels in our midst. We have really great people that really want to do and believe in doing a good thing. Now, people different way. People having, I want to go left. I want to go. I mean, different perceptions on how to do everything. That's all going to find. That's just life. That's society living. But the basics, I believe that the basics and the majority of people that's here and support the community want to do good, and it's aligned with my individual purpose of wanting to promote good and everything. So I said, you know what? I might as well stick it out with the people. I mean, that's just, ain't even no big religious or historical kind of. For me, it's just, you know what? I know what I want to do in life. I might as well do it with my daughter. I might as well do it with people, because these people that we've been seeing and parenting out from when we was little and everything. So we here, you know.
Hallelujah. Toda, toda, toda. So I'm going to take and put these back.
Drink some of this juice.
Okay. So the next question is going to be, what are some of the ways that you think the lives of our youth today differ from your childhood?
I heard this question on your other podcast. I don't think it differed too much.
No?
I don't. I keep hearing everything, but I know that I mean, I'm not so I don't hang out with the youth like that and everything. Like in my own little years. But I don't think that it's changed too much, because they going through the same, honest, like, because we also came in a stage of where we was exposed to the general public and everything. I think it was, I don't know, but after we used to have the ride and the ride and mispaid buses taking us from city to city.
Right.
But
Do they still do that now?
I'm not sure. I think so. It might be. It might. I think so. But I know that I remember when we was first kind of, we used to have to go on the public buses and everything. We never done it and everything. We used to just, everything was private with the community. We should also be a community of constantly inspiring, clearly, not dictating or not demanding, but inspiring people to,
make the right choices,
overcome bad habits, to develop themselves in a way where they're able to manage these distractions. They're able to balance these distractions. They're able to use these advances for good, and not the other way around.
Right.
Because there's good in social media. Look at us.
Right.
You meeting people all over the world through social media.
Right.
So it's not all bad.
Right.
And it's also something that I also is part of, like I also make a mention in my book and everything, is the skill of how to extract the good and leave the bad in anything you interact with.
Right.
And that's something that can be taught, can be trained, can be developed. And I feel that the community that need to maybe adopt that, or whoever might be, that try to, to the people and everything, because everybody can't hold all the skills of life. That's why you have, you might be good in this, I might be good in that and everything, but if we work together, we can benefit from it all.
Right.
Understand? So I feel that we have as a community, a huge impact on showing the youth, ourselves, encouraging others on how to extract the good and leave the bad in everything, whether it's social media, whether it's the army, whether it's the workforce. I mean, your job, whatever it might be,
If
and
it's other
everything.
individuals,
Yeah,
whatever it may be.
it's like people. It's like they say the power of discernment. It's example to that and everything. And I feel that currently our community, and I feel that needs to be the top priority.
Okay.
If they would say, Shaltiel, know what,
You the leader
you the
now.
boss, I say that'd be a top priority.
Uh-huh.
And the reason I said that, because, and I gave you that example of Shaltiel, you the boss and everything, because in the happenings of a company, you only can give your advice. You understand?
Right.
You don't know what it is to be a boss until you actually in that position and everything. So I'm not here to try to tell you that,
Whatever.
or what you should do and everything.
Right.
But I can have my opinion and everything.
Right.
And I can explain why. But currently what I do see is that the spiritual, quote unquote, religious aspect of the community is a priority and everything else is under. And I feel that, and because we're such a small community, the top priority, it means a lot. Mm-hmm. It's not like we have, you understand? So right. Most of the energy of the people goes towards that.
Right.
And I feel that we may be lacking on that, and that come resort with the mishaps with the youth. And be frankly honest, you have just as much as mishaps with the CFF and the adults. We always try to talk about the youth. What about ourselves?
You ain't never lied.
I don't lie on Shishi.
So you don't lie on Shishi?
Not Shishi. Right before the Shabbat, I try not to lie.
Oh, that's a good one. That sounds like something your Abba would say.
I try not to.
Hallelujah. Okay. So the next part of that question is, how do you envision our youth in regard to them continuing with the building of the kingdom? What advice would you give them?
Study the art of lead yourself.
Say that again.
Study the art of lead yourself.
Study the art of lead yourself.
Which is basically saying, put yourself as a priority. I also see some people, when lead yourself is a new concept to people when they hear, what do you mean lead yourself? You don't have, no. You don't have no regards to the leadership or everything. That's not what it's saying. It's saying, let the Yah inside you be the guide to how to identify the good and identify the bad, so you can eliminate the bad and take the good. Because can't nobody really tell you what's good for you, because, and they can tell you what's good. They can't tell you. They can advise and everything. There's basic life principles that it's not, it's not kind of, it don't belong to nobody. It's just basic life principles. Eat healthy. You don't want to get sick. That ain't complicated. Treat people right or you get treated bad. That's basic and everything. But how to let it fit, and how to, you gotta put yourself as a priority. Now, I will also say to let everything be based on truth. And not so because of Quana and everything, but more so because you want to experience the genuine experience of that reality that you want. Okay, you want to really enjoy yourself. Let's say, for example, if, you can be truly joyous at a club. You can have a good time and everything. But something about that is like, that's not the genuine, because how can you be enjoying yourself and everything at the same time hurting yourself?
Right.
Like
right.
It don't gotta be it just, you drink it, you hurt yourself and everything. But you can also have the same feeling even more at a kingdom party with friends and family and everything. But just understand the different, you have the real and you have the fake. And choose the real. The real It's not complicated. It's based on good health. It's based on financial security. It's based on good, healthy relationships and everything. Stuff that everybody can understand, you can relate to very easily without no spiritual stuff that kind of get them distracted or get them kind of, I call it, when something's not clear, it's distorted.
Confused, it's distorted.
Distorted. It's not clear. Because everything that, I'm saying like relationships, health, and everything, everybody experience it all the time.
Right.
Everything. So it's not nothing new. So in other words, I would advise them to be genuine and look for the real experience. And the real experience is always based on life because you're a living being.
Right.
You're a living being.
Right. And you need to do what you can to sustain that life and to enhance that life as opposed to destroying that life.
And then sometimes you have to decide what you want to promote. People like, but I say this: if I had one day on earth, I want to have that one day on earth doing the right thing to people and to myself.
Right.
Don't talk to me about time.
Right.
Now I'm gonna do my best. I can't control the whole world, but sometimes you have to just make a decision of what you want, and that's them. But also, that's what I would now I would say. Know yourself. Let everything be based on you, and only you know you. You know you when you know you. Yes, everybody know it got a little part of you and everything. They can help and everything, but you know you.
Right. At the end of the day.
And can't nobody know you because it's designed that way. Why do you think it's designed that way? I guess it was a purpose. It's designed that way because it's designed that way to put everything back to you and everything because I told my about this and I was saying that yes, you birthed me, but my purpose on this earth has nothing to do with you.
Wow. And that is true.
It has nothing to do with you.
Right.
Yes, it's based on truth and life and living, but my purpose and how I'm expressing everything, that's between me and my Yah. That's between me and my Yah.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Wow. I mean, you're just, Shaltiel, you blowing me away. So we moved into the last section of our questions. There's 4 questions. The first one, I'll give them to you one at a time. We'll answer one, one by one. There's a saying that hindsight is 20/20. When you look back over your life, are there things you'd have done differently?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
I hear this question, people like, no, I would have done everything the right way and everything just according to plan. I'm like, I don't know. I wish everything was my way. And I want everything to be my way. Why not? I wish I would have made different, I would have saved money. I would have, I don't know and everything, but
there are some things that you may have done differently when you think about it.
Absolutely.
If you had the opportunity.
If I had the opportunity, yes, I would take all this experience right now and start and go back and be kicking tacky left and right. You understand?
It'd be totally different.
It'd be I'll be hearing that and everything. People be like, but that's just life is how you call it when they say, everything is according to the purpose and everything. I don't know about all that. I don't know about it. All I know is that, for example, I lost my money. I wish I would have thought different or decided I would have guessed or not my case and everything, but it'd be like my relationship didn't work out and everything. Maybe I could, you understand? Maybe I could have done something.
Right,
everything. So
right.
absolutely, yes, and yeah, that's the thing about time. That's the thing about life. You want to you want to get really once you can't go back and everything. And one of the I don't mind making like one thing about in other words, what I'm trying to say is that make a mistake because of my mistake, I can still sleep with that. But making a mistake based on me being led or deceived by somebody else and everything, that hurt. That's a different type of pain.
Yeah.
That's a different type of pain that I realized that, and that's one of the things I had to jump up out I had to jump out the fantasy of the community jump to the reality and everything. Because even though the fantasy is amazing and everything, I realized that, you know what, I prefer to, you know, deal with the realities of things and live on that plane than being mentally subsidated to, you know,
Right.
if it don't make sense to me, it don't make sense to
Right.
me. And I gotta say something.
That is your constant. If it don't make sense, it
It
don't
don't
make
make sense. I'm
sense.
sorry, I got a question and everything, but
That is your responsibility and purpose. You are to ask.
and as the years go by, I realized that's so true. I want to give one example of this, and this is very key. When I start having different contradictions based on my vision of the community versus the leadership. When I say leadership, I mean Nisakim, Sareem, Atareem, everybody. Direction of the community and everything. You know, it ain't feeling good. I'm feeling, you know, you start
Right.
feeling, you know, you don't start feeling good.
Right.
And if I don't start feeling good, that means something that I need to do to make that happen and everything. So what I done, I asked, yeah, you can talk to you. I do it. I don't know if everybody do what they do. I say, what do I do? Like, I love my Abba, I love my daughter and everything, but I'm still feeling this friction based on everything. And he said, he, she, it, you know, said that just have the same compassion and understanding and work with the same way you do with your siblings. It's not even complicated. And once I got that understanding, everything is amazing. It's amazing because I'm here to support. I'm not here.
Okay. So the next question, um, do you have any goals, dreams, visions, etc., that you haven't yet accomplished that you'd like to accomplish?
Absolutely. Shoot. Absolutely. What if I had things on my head? I want to support and I want to encourage and push a community channel
Okay.
because I feel that would be a very key tool to keep people unite, encouraged, inspired about the happenings and the visions and what's going on in the community.
Okay.
I feel that would be amazing. I also would like to keep developing and promote and try to do the best I can so that the agenda of the community, the priority will be to assist individuals in being able to properly manage the basic aspects of life in a way that it won't overly stress them.
Okay.
And they will be able to the best version of themselves to the benefit of the community.
Okay.
Aside not just the community, first you bring the best yourself to the benefit of self,
Of self
your family,
to your family,
then to community.
then your community.
That's one thing I say. It's not community, family, self. It's the opposite
Right.
around everything.
Right.
That's why that's something that I would like to continue to promote, and in whichever way I see is good. Yeah, I think that's something that's on my head. What else? You know, business wise, financially, I want to first, of course, I want to seek to retire.
Okay.
You know, not when I say retire, not just
Retire does not mean
yeah,
that you
stop
just
working.
stop doing everything. I'm retired.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give you an example. I want myself in a financial position where it's nice to, but you don't have to
Right.
work. You understand?
Right.
And I feel that that's also a trend that I would like to develop within the community so people can reach that level of I don't have to, but it's nice to as early as possible so they can give the energy to the development of the community.
Right.
Because these jobs will hold you down and it's taking 90% of your time. And then the other percent of your time, you're trying to just be locked out of life. So let me watch some TV.
Right.
So that's something that I also want to promote business literacy and business, investment things and that sort and everything that will be able to put people in such a position that they can be financially okay, their basic needs. And, that will encourage them to give more to the development and expansion of the community themselves.
Okay. All right. Number 3 of our 4 questions. What lessons, takeaways have you received from being a part of this kingdom experience?
The power to define. Of course, our parents said, you got the power to define, but X, Y, and Z. We say, no, don't X, Y, and Z. You said we have the power to define. So that's part of the stuff. That's something that we take. And I also took the courage, the confidence that our parents had, starting with Abba Gadol, to take on the world. That's basically what he's done. You get. Just be honest.
You got to give credit where credit's due.
Gotta give credit to take on the world and encourage people to come with you. And
To get people to leave America and go live in the jungle in tents
that from America, the
from their
quote unquote
homes.
promised land. Not
Yes.
This ain't Bangladesh somewhere. This is from America to do that and everything. So
Yeah.
that Aguado is my hero. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it straight up. Understand?
Right.
He is my hero. He kept that basic principles of life and living, regardless of how he expressed it. You understand? Of course, he probably expressed it based on his experience. He's a human being too.
Right.
So he came from a religious aspect and everything, and he, kind of brought it how he was, which I really feel that we should, the youth and the CFF gonna continue that, but we might dilute more some of the religious aspects that I feel still into that and everything.
Right.
But the reality of the matter is that he was that David that stand up against Goliath and Philistines throughout everything.
Right.
And that right there, that energy and that spirit right there is what people would be dealing with all the time. You might say Goliath, but it might just be having issues to deal with, whether it's relationship, whether it's finance and everything, but having the courage to say, we gonna win. We win it.
Right.
We win it, we gonna win, and we gonna take over. Like you said, we got stuff, we got goals. If you go and see the visions and the dreams and goals of the community members, we want everything to the last grain of grass.
Right.
We want everything. And I'm like that. And it's not about time. It's just about doing 10 things at a time, but taking one step at a time.
Right.
I also point that in my book, how just put yourself in a path of taking over the world, but one step at a time.
One step at a time.
And do it in an enjoyable way.
Right.
If whatever you're doing, if you ain't doing it with energy, you ain't enjoying it, stop, consider, refresh.
Stop, consider, refresh. I like that. Stop, consider, refresh. And so we have reached our very last question. Is there anything that you would like to say that has not been covered?
Man, okay. Yeah, I guess. And just a point of inspiration, and I use this all the time to myself and everything. And I realized that always remember that from the moment you was born until today, you have the best supporter, the best advisor that's been by your side the whole time. And that's Yah. And remember that. You know what I'm saying? Remember that, and that's based on positivity. And All you must do is do the best you can do as a human being and everything, and just trust and believe that everything gonna be all right. And I use that energy as I go through life. But I go a small little, I'm gonna go back a little bit. And this one I really kind of got into that. Let's make it happen and everything. When I finished school, it was very hard for me to find a job.
Okay.
Because I was still developing confidence. My speech, I was stuttering. My speech wasn't well. I was just, but I finished school. But I wanted the job. I was going on just this pure desire, but my outer expression, my outer, persona wasn't. No, who are you? Who are you? Mad at somebody? Who are you to
Right.
be engineer on my project and everything? And I went all over Israel, going from interview. I done around 30 interviews.
Wow.
A lot, and I've done everything, and I realized that I got to understand. I was like, you know what? Somebody gonna pay my bills, and it's gonna be who I say and everything. So once I overcame that and everything, it let me say, and then and every place I go into, I realized you didn't bring me here. I brought myself here. You wasn't when I was doing everything.
Right.
So I don't never let the position or if somebody else discourage me about, oh, just your job and everything. No. I got y'all on my side.
Right.
Y'all want to encourage me. It wasn't even my friends and family.
Right.
It was only you. Because when you have certain issues that it's only you and y'all and everything. And once you overcome one or two of them issues, you realize, man, I'm gonna be okay. Yes, I deal with it. You might have an emotional down. You might have to do logistics and everything. But when like I think Imam Shavakia said that sometimes you have to meet Yah on the way to really be engulfed in Yah. And my life experience, I met Yah on the way.
Wow.
So I know Yochai. And I know Yah it's ain't complicated. It's not complicated at all. It's just do the right thing based on what you understand. Eat right, treat people right and everything, and do what you have to do as a carnal human being. Listen, understand that Yah's positivity and however it come and everything. And you can't house everything in humility. Having humility means open yourself spiritually to receive the downloads from other people. Everything. One little point is that I think I had one interaction with Abgadol. And I think it was the holy day, and he invited myself. I think it was Piniela. He invited us, and he was saying that, I was just sitting there just with him and everything. And he said something. He was like, always remember. And he just said this out of the clear blue sky and everything. We was around, I think we was maybe 16, 17. We was young, maybe even less. And he always remember, any interaction, you bring in value and they bring in value. And that he was saying that to understand that whatever interaction you at, you always of value. And that in itself let me see and let me understand that I'm of value. I'm of value to whatever situation I am and everything. I'm of value and everything. And if you don't see it, ain't in my business.
Right. Right. As long as you know your worth, you never let anybody else play you off.
My point was that, put yourself in a position to be able to be in that presence. You understand? You put yourself in that position to be in that presence and everything. And that, Yah's with you. You understand? He was with you from when your challenges, you was by yourself. He helped you overcome and everything. What I want to say about Abdul is that his demeanor and his presence was encouraging you without him saying anything for you to suck in information from you. I realized that. I didn't know what it is thing, but in other words, he was so the same way you here. His humility was so you just felt like you can be free. You can talk to him and everything. It will be no judgment and everything. But that's not that's a skill to receive information. Now you decide what to do with that information and everything.
Right.
But that's a skill I realized I kind of picked that up in Aguado, but I also kind of see that other different leadership. I ain't gonna say too many names, but I see that other people and everything, that they demeanor invites information, invites people to to share with them whatever's going on in their mind and everything. And that itself and that empowers the person to know more about you.
Right.
And that way he can know how to navigate and work around you and everything. But the number one point of any game is first understanding the layout. What's the rule? What's this and everything? So in order to do that and everything, you have to sit back and listen, understand, observe, and everything. In order to do, you have to have a different demeanor about yourself and everything, or somehow, because if not, people not gonna feel comfortable talking to you and everything.
Right.
And that blessing that it might be that blessing, you won't get it because your energy closed that up and everything. So that's just a point of humility, and it has nothing to do with you being meek or quiet. No, I'm him. I'm Dawes and everything, but know how to, when you talk to somebody and everything, level down. And yeah, that's just something that I learned for myself and everything. It works for me and everything. And people always try to tell me what to do and everything, even to today. But they don't understand that that skill in itself helps me develop myself, because I know how to. A situation when I'm trying to do something and everything, I don't got to think too hard. I encourage people to let them think themselves. They do. I'm saying they do the whole thing.
Right.
But I'm still the manager.
Right.
So I still get all the credit. I'm just hearing at them. Oh, what you say? You understand? So that's all. That's just I call it a social skill, more so in I call it emotional intelligence. I also got a whole chapter on emotional intelligence on that book. Yeah.
I'm looking
I have
forward
a
to
whole
reading
chapter
this.
on emotional intelligence, which is very key in social relationships, whether it's job, whether it's relationships and everything. Emotional intelligence is so key in navigating and kind of, allowing social interactions benefit you versus the other way around. And one more point is that on Lead Yourself is that I got a point on this when I say different laws of nature. You have your community laws, you have your relationship laws, you have your government laws, you have nature laws. Now, society promotes social laws above nature laws,
Right.
which is contradiction.
Right.
But us, the community, we want to put nature laws above social laws, because nature determine your existence and everything. So, and you also have to respect social laws because they can cause you harm and everything. So that's just to say that you, yes, lead yourself, but be aware of your environment and know how to navigate your environment, because if you don't, the same leaders you say, they can cause you harm. You don't want to cause harm.
Right.
So lead yourself, but be conscious and aware of the different laws that governs the society, governs the ground you stand on, and governs your relationship and everything. Because even though your personal laws matter and everything, you have to know how to avoid the other laws and everything, because the reality is that laws, if you don't, law is set in place, and if you don't respect such laws, the natural response is for them to cause you harm until you respect them. So how do you do that? How do you navigate that whole relationship? I also speak of in my book.
Woo! Y'all, I've been fed today. Oh my goodness, Shaltiel.
You might want to read the chapters. I mean, just the head of the chapters if you want to. But
I am definitely going to be
Yeah.
reading the book. But as we close out, I just have to say to everyone, today, Shaltiel, you have just, like they say, I have feasted to the utmost.
Yeah, likewise. Happy I was able to
This
express.
has been so awesome for me. I appreciate you so much.
I appreciate this opportunity as well, and I feed from this whole platform every day, all day, And yeah, it's you know, it's amazing.
So I hope that you all have enjoyed today's episode as much as I have. And until next time, peace, prosperity, and blessings to you all. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Toda.
Hallelujah.
Nice.